Okay, welcome again, everybody. So we're going to be looking at masterclass today, free masterclass, how to hack happiness and confidence in minutes using EFT tapping. So welcome. I'm planning, as I mentioned earlier, I'm planning to have a small EFT demonstration at the end as well. Hopefully that will be helpful for you. Let me just start with my first slide. You can see it fully. Is that right? Yeah, just like unmute yourself because I can't see your text message. Just say yes, that would be great.
Yes.
If you can see the slide fully, yeah, brilliant, thank you. So you are here today because you're ready to improve your confidence and happiness level, discover freedom and peace and joy that comes from a healthy relationship with yourself, get off the emotional roller coaster and create a long-lasting change that matters to you, and develop a mental strength where fear doesn't have power over you anymore, and release invisible forces that are holding you back. Just want to make sure you're in the right place. Okay. So whatever the reason you're here, I'm just here to help you and support you. And I want you to know that there is no judgment here. And if you already know me, I don't do judgment, So feel free to share whatever you want to share and put it out there. And for me, it is such a good news that, you're searching for a solution and maybe even, ready to make a shift in your life. These are very important. So without further ado, I want to kind of start telling you a little bit about myself here. Okay, 1 second, something just popped up. I don't know what that is. Oh, someone just waiting to join. Okay. There you go. All right, so who am I? So I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Eda Hardy. I'm an emotional well-being transformation expert and mindset specialist. I'm also a spiritual awakening guide. So I mostly work with empaths and intuitive female entrepreneurs. So I help them to become the best version of themselves so that they are free to live abundant, happy and fulfilling lives. And my specialty and my passion, are to help people identify and overcome their subconscious energetic blocks to transform their life to the next level. Not just next level of success, also next level of happiness as well. That's very important. So I help you to transform your invisible blocks, deep conscious core beliefs, traumas that you are not even aware of, which are hidden in your subconscious mind. So I truly believe that this is my calling, this is my mission, my life purpose, whatever you want to call it. So this is something that I'm very good at. So what I do is normally once we clear out the subconscious blockages and reprogram the mind, I teach my clients how to control their thought process, how to control their emotions in order to create a life that they desire. Because for me, the quality of our lives, are in line with the quality of our emotions and thoughts. Would you agree? Yeah. Even though I don't see your chat, I'm kind of assuming that you're saying yes to me. So, as you know, if you know me, I love seeing my clients' transformation with a short amount of time with ease. So I have helped, hundreds of people over the years to let go of whatever no longer serving them, transform them as well. So let me just have a look at my next slide so you can see some testimonials here as well. But I don't want you to think that my life's always been very easy. It's been comfortable. It was not like this at all. My journey was not easy. I had gone through a difficult life. I'm also an empath who feels other people's emotions, also physical pain. So are there any other empaths here? You can put in the chat as well if you're an empath, because I want to see who are the empaths. If you don't know who the empaths are, we tend to pick up on other people's emotions, and we tend to be quite sensitive. We feel the emotions much more than normal people much more than. So we need different style to help us as well. So I can see that, yeah. All right, yeah, we got quite a bit of, yeah, empaths here. That's brilliant. So you're in the right place. Okay. So as far as I could remember, I suffered from very severe migraine pains, mood swings, the physical pain. No doctor was able to, explain, give a reason for it. And I just didn't understand as a child, why I was in constant pain, unknowingly, picking up other people's emotions. It was very draining. If you're an empath, you will know what I'm talking about. And over the years, I built a very successful finance and IT career for myself. But however, at the same time, I suffer from a severe deep depression, overwhelming stress, anger, low self-esteem, you name it, And no matter how hard I tried, I felt worthless and stuck. Worst of all, I had no control over my life, my mind, my body, or my emotions. And if you've been there, again, you know what I'm talking about. And I didn't realize I was constantly living on high adrenaline and stuck on a fight response. And I resented my life. I resented who I was. And I knew I had a life purpose. And the finance wasn't the right direction for me. However, I did not think that was good enough to help others. And whatever you want to call it, the universe, the God was keep sending me messages to, step up, let go, and go after my calling. And I was like ignoring them because I didn't feel, I was good enough to do that sort of things. But it's interesting that when we have a calling, again, whatever you want to call it, the God, the universe, the higher power send us these feathers, call us for action. And if we don't respond to the call, they send us like bricks. And if we're still not responding, metaphorically, they send us this big truck. Unfortunately, because I wasn't responding, I received a very, very big truck. And I felt like I was literally hit by a truck, but I was still insistent on ignoring my calling. And I was very comfortable, even though I was in so much pain and I was suffering. No. I wasn't happy, but I knew where I was, and I was so scared of the unknown. And I see this all the time with my clients as well. They are so scared of the unknown, getting outside of our comfort zone. Hopefully that's making sense for you as well. But one day, everything changed. I hit a rock bottom. And I found myself, bedridden. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of the bed. I was in so much pain. I'm feeling suicidal. I was making plans. And something that hurt me so much and made me step up that day, I'll never forget it. And I'm not going to go into details at the moment because this shop, this workshop is all about you. It's not about me. So I'm just going to cut it short here. At the end, I decided that enough was enough and I wasn't going to put up with what I had. And I realized I didn't want to sacrifice my life and my happiness anymore. I wanted to be a good role model for my children, and I wanted to be there for them. And I wanted to be free and happy and enjoy my life. And I knew it was possible, but I had to do something about it. I didn't know what I had to do, but I knew I had to do something about it. So I made a promise I'm going to find a way to help other people as well. And so nobody go through the same pain that I went through, because I know how painful that place is. It's worse than hell. That's how I could describe it. So I resigned from my, high-paid job the same day and started my deep healing and growth business. And after, years of training with the best people in the industry, I finally created my own, heart-driven business. But it wasn't an easy journey. I made many, many mistakes along the way, many mistakes. And I thought, oh, this is easy. Everybody can do it. I can do it. No, it doesn't work like that. Trust me, especially if you're an empath, it just doesn't work like that. What works for other people doesn't seem to work for us. So one day I realized that my challenges were, not about hard work or willingness to sacrifice myself for others. And I was about, it was more about kind of deeply rooted negative beliefs, limiting beliefs. You probably heard this wording. Fear of being visible, as well as fear of being successful. I was afraid of my own power. Does that make sense to you? Are you afraid of your own power sometimes? You can put like 1 in the chat or something so I know. And I was also afraid of failure, as well as afraid of success. That is just very, very common. So who feels the same? You can put in the chat so I can see that. Yeah, Eve says, yeah. Yes, so you know what I'm talking about. And I want you to know that this is very common. It's not only you. This is very important because, I've gone through this for years, and I've been helping my clients do exactly the same thing as well. So as soon as I had this awareness, I hired a subconscious mind coach, just like myself, to overcome my subconscious blocks, my limiting beliefs, my traumas. And suddenly my challenges, my blocks, depression, patterns, and traumas started to, disappear from my life. I become a completely different person. And I started to connect more and more with my inner guidance. Experience more joy and happiness. I started seeing, different results. I started seeing how to manifest with ease. These are such important things because when we sort of raise our frequency, we start attracting the similar things to ourselves. So, excuse me, this is when I realized that knowledge and experience was gold, and I decided to use my gift to help other people, especially the people like yourself, intuitive entrepreneurs, empaths, to overcome their limiting beliefs so they can also live their life on their terms and feel free. Freedom is very important for us. So I'm in a completely different place now. I'm aligned with my calling. I know exactly how to maintain my mental and emotional health and support others to do the same. I know how to protect myself energetically and emotionally and connect with my intuition to create miracles for my clients and myself. And I really do wish somebody has given me this information years ago. I'm about to share this information with you. My life would be very different, and I want to make that difference to your life as well. So who's ready to stop, wasting time and start living their life, their full potential, So hopefully I have your attention here. And if your answer is yes, please, tune in. Also, if you're an empath, I want you to know that this is very important. Empaths did not come into this world to be victims. Yeah, we came here to be warriors and saviors. And if you are holding yourself back from your calling, your mission, whatever you want to call it, maybe it's time for you to let it go. So let me have a look. The first challenge. So I'm going to share with you 3 big challenges and proven solutions that I use with my private VIP clients, my group members, and students to help them get unstuck and help them overcome their subconscious blocks in their work, business, life, relationship with themselves and others. So the number 1 challenge that I see people face when it comes to their emotional issues is, first one is the people, most people do not understand the power of their subconscious mind, and they think they are in charge. is they don't have much understanding or knowledge of the power of the subconscious. Sometimes they end up looking for help in the wrong place. As a result, they might feel like a failure. They might, bring more stress or further health challenges into their lives. You probably heard of, meditation, mindfulness, breathing, walking in the nature, so forth. And you're probably doing some of these activities to benefit from them. Maybe you're even listening to self-help, podcasts, self-help books, maybe going to events, conferences, perhaps even hire a coach or a therapist. However, you are not able to control your emotions. And maybe, same patterns that keep repeating itself in your life. We are not able to turn off your stress response, your, fight response, flight response, despite all your efforts. Why? Have you ever wondered why you are not able to do this? Tell you why, because you are looking for a solution in the wrong place. And it's important to remember that none of these techniques will solve your problems, the one that I mentioned. The purpose behind these techniques are to calm you down, manage the symptoms so that you can find a solution to solve your problem. Hope that makes sense, yeah? They are not going to solve your problems. So let's have a look at my lovely iceberg. This explains it. Maybe you've seen this before. So what do we need to do? As you can see here, we need to bring the focus inwards, not outwards. So you can see from the slide that we are only in charge here 5% of the time. And 95% of the time, we are not in charge. Our subconscious mind is in charge. And our subconscious mind gets most of its programming up to the age of about 7-8 years old. And as a child, we almost accept everything. We don't question it. And 95% of the time, I want to know that we are on autopilot. We are sleepwalking. And if you think that you are making decisions, you are in charge of your life, you are not. I want you to know that, because your subconscious mind is in charge of you, in charge of everything. We are like a programmed robots. And only 5% of the time, we are active. And we don't question it. It is what it is. So to change our lives, we need to focus on what is underneath the surface, such as, our limitation, our beliefs, our values, our traumas, blind spots and everything you're seeing here. They are the ones that created this main stuck stage in the first place. And nobody in this world is going to give you a solution to your limiting beliefs, your stories and patterns, unless, specialists like myself works with you on a one-on-one basis to find out exactly where, what they are and where they're coming from, help you to, change them, help you to overcome them. Because what works for one person doesn't mean it will work for others. Everyone is different. Everyone's life experience is different. Nobody had the same parents. Nobody had the same siblings or schools. Even that, like twins would have completely different values, limiting beliefs. So everyone is different. Also, I want you to know that it's not easy to go into your subconscious mind with your conscious mind. And working with empaths and sensitives are completely different than working with other people. If you're an empath, you need a different approach. Because what works for other people is not going to work for you. I found this the hard way. I spent over £100,000 on my healing and self-development. I'm wondering why it wasn't working for me. It was working for other people. It wasn't working for me. And it was making me feel like a failure. I spent so much money, and I don't want you to do that. I really don't want you to do that. I don't want you to make the same mistake. So just go to my next slide. We all need help to outsmart our subconscious mind. And we cannot get in there ourselves. We need outside help. Even though I've been doing this, over 10 years, I still need help. So let me see. Maybe, some of you are sitting and thinking, I know that this is who I am. I cannot change it. Maybe even thinking, I know deep down that I'm not good enough. I'm not special enough. And I have to work harder than others. And maybe even like some of you saying, I already know all of this. I did all these exercises. I'm still in the same place. Nothing has changed. You might also think, if I decided to work, invest in myself, energy and money, how would I know this is going to work? I want you to know, sorry, someone just joining. Okay. I want you to know that these are beliefs that comes from your past programming. Yeah. This is still the beliefs. Whatever is going in your mind at the moment, it's all been run through your subconscious mind, and they are creating your reality. So the question is, are you happy with your reality? So note this, you will manifest experiences that will come from your core beliefs, whatever underneath the surface is. So think about it. Do you know what's underneath the surface? How is your foundation? How was your childhood? If you think about it, our foundation being created when we were less than 7 years old, when we didn't have any filters, anything. How is your foundation? Do you have a solid foundation so you can build a very good house on top of that? Question for you to think about. So I'm going to answer your questions, some of your questions. It has been scientifically proven by neuroscience, epigenetics, and quantum physics that your beliefs create your reality. And 95% of our behavior is not controllable by us. Our subconscious mind controls it. This is science. Our subconscious mind is on autopilot and operates on our childhood programming, patterns, behavior, repeated for years. And it's coming from your belief system. Your belief system keeping you captive where you are. This is a scientific fact. I want you to know this. You might want to make a note of that. So, 1 second. And there are only 2 reasons you're not experience what you want to experience. I'll put this in the slide as well. So the first one, your desired outcome goes directly against your core beliefs. So it's important to know your core beliefs, yeah? And the second one, your subconscious mind perceives the change as a potential threat. So I'm going to be looking into this with more details, why it does this. So your experience and results are directly in correlation with your core beliefs, values, and priority. In other words, you see, you feel, and experience what you believe and think. Would you agree? Yeah. And without working on transforming your beliefs on a subconscious level, no lasting change can happen. And no matter how much mindset work you do, how many books you read, how many self-development seminars you attend, it won't change easily. I have been there. I have done it. So, give me 1 second. I think my computer just frozen for some reason. Maybe that's the important part. So let's talk about like the therapies like CPD or counseling. I want you to know that you are only dealing with the surface thoughts and surface beliefs, about the surface on the iceberg. And you are not dealing with the core issues, core beliefs and subconscious blocks. So that will kind of give you a bit of a relief, calm you down, but it doesn't solve the problem in the long run. So again, like we said, you need to work with the subconscious mind expert to create the shift within yourself. When you change yourself internally, your external life will transform as well. Also, our biggest obstacle that we face is fear. It could be, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of unknown. It could be lots of things. But did you know that that's a belief as well? If you believe you will fail, it's not going to work out, that's exactly what's going to happen. And that's exactly what's holding you back, holding you stuck where you are right now. Hope you get this. Yeah, everything that's going through your mind when I'm going through these slides with you, these are your beliefs. So start paying attention to them. Start finding out which one is serving you, which one is not serving you. So you can start the process while we're doing this work as well, because I really want you to get the most out of this. So this is one of my quotes. I don't know if you've seen it before. As I mentioned, the quality of our lives depends on the quality of our emotions, and our emotions depends on our thoughts. Thoughts depends on programming. Programming depends on our life experience, our fears, trauma, stories, and our values. So if you want to create a better quality life, what do? We work on those life experience, fear, traumas, and stories, values to transform our reality. Yeah. And if you know me, if you know my work, my transformations are usually very, very quick as well. My client's transformation. I'm going to give you a little example of a client transformation here. One of my VIP clients, she's working for a very large corporate. Before she met me, she was working very, very long hours, no work-life balance, and feeling really guilty about this, and she's very stressed, not having any time for her family and herself. And she's been trying to prove herself and had been waiting for a promotion very, very long time. And through the Deep Diving Transformation Program, that's my program, we found out that she was unconsciously self-sabotaging herself, as she believed that she was not good enough, not smart enough, not professional enough to compare to her colleagues. Why? Why do you think that is? Yeah. Oh, childhood. Let's have a look at childhood. Let's see what we find. She was not aware of the reason of self-sabotaging herself, as she deeply buried a very painful memory and limiting belief about herself. This was her deep secret, very, very deep. We all got skeletons in our closets. This was one of them. So we have these special exams when we finish the primary school. So to go to the secondary school in the UK, what happened is when she failed this 11 plus exam over 40 years ago, her father tried to cheer her up and say, don't worry, I wasn't expecting you to pass anyway. You are coming from a long line of failures. And she believed in her father. She accepted the fact that she was a failure, just like her family. She believed that she had to work extra hard to prove herself. But deep down, also, she feared that she was not good enough and people would discover that she was an imposter. And she was living with constant fear, stress, and stuck in fight response. Couldn't relax, let go of the fear that someone will find out her secret. Once I help her to overcome this limiting belief, we program her subconscious mind and brought in empowering beliefs instead. And she has acknowledged her new identity, let go of the old fears and her old beliefs, not being good enough and being a failure. And Like I said, when you change something within you, something outside you changes. She's got a promotion she wanted for a long, long time. And she was able to go for it before she stopped herself. She couldn't. She didn't think she was good enough. So if you want something change in your life, change your internal state. And you can transform your reality. I mean, she's very happy, very content with her life at the moment. You know, she believes in herself, her abilities, and this old programming no longer controlling her. And she's free to create the life she wants. And she doesn't need to sacrifice herself anymore, work long hours, live with fear. She's got work-life balance. She's fine and need love for her life. You know, maybe some of you might have similar beliefs or fears here, maybe different ones. Just write them down. When they're coming up, write them down, because I want you to work on those. We're going to do a hot seat. I want you to work on those, find them. No matter what your core beliefs are, life is too short to live with them. Life is too short to suffer. We got a limited amount of time here. Let's make the most of it. And if you don't overcome them now, when would you overcome them? You know, people think transformation hard, and it's not. It's shift is instant. It's freeing. You know, I have many people transform every day, and they all agree on one thing. The best thing that they have ever done for themselves was working with me to overcome those blocks. And they always say also, you know, the best investment of their lives. Because that's the only thing you're going to take with you when you think about it, isn't it? So let's have a look at my next slide. You've probably seen something similar here. So this is a number 2. This is the challenge that I see quite often. People are not able to get out of old patterns and programming they're running on the background. Yeah, and this affects our ability to handle stressful situation and ability to turn off the stress response. Our brain is really interesting and it fascinates me quite a lot. And our brain thinks you're in a dangerous situation. Yeah, if something happened, if your brain is kind of thinking, oh my God, you're in a dangerous situation, your body triggers one of those responses. Sorry, my mouse doesn't seem to be working for some reason. Fight, flight, or freeze responses here. So when this happens, our body goes into a war zone, and adrenal glands responds by pumping the adrenaline into bloodstream. When the dangerous situation is resolved, once our brain knows you are safe, your body then triggers the parasympathetic response, which is also called the rest and digest response. This is called this because what happens is your body starts to relax and transition from the fight, flight, or freeze response. Other systems in your body, which had temporarily been switched off, like digestion, come back online and start functioning again normally, you know, and your breathing, you know, automatically slows down, your immune system turns back on, you are able to relax, you are able to calm down, your body has time to heal. This is all automatic. Unfortunately, however, if you are suffering from constant stress and anxiety, the brain overrides the rest and digest signals. And therefore, it could be challenging to turn off your stress response and turn on your relaxation response. Remember, as your relaxation response is not online, you have constant adrenaline being pumped into your bloodstream. And other systems in your body had temporarily been switched off, like digestion. And how long do you think you can live in a constant fight, flight, or freeze state? This is a war zone. How can our body and mind can survive this state? And I'm not kidding, but I was living in this state 24/7, 24/7. And I thought, oh, I'm so good. I can handle stress. I didn't know the damage that was happening at the background. I just didn't know. I thought, oh, I love challenges. Yeah, this is good. I'm handling it. But living in this state could cause more stress, anxiety, depression, PTSD, adrenaline fatigue, weight issues, autoimmune system issues, cancer, you name it. And I know that nobody wants these illnesses on a conscious level. So let's look at the next one. People are afraid to ask for help and they think they can do it themselves. This is the third challenge that I see people doing it. I hope you can see my screen properly because I'm not able to see it. All right. Maybe, some of you are not working on yourself because you're afraid to ask for help. And probably you are thinking you are capable of doing all this on your own. And if you ask for help, people might judge you or think that you are weak. And, this might trigger a lot of wounds that you would like to leave in the past and you don't want to, get them out of your closet. However, they will always have power over you. Do you really want to leave them in your closet? And I want you to understand that asking for support, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of power. You're saying to yourself, it is time for me to leave the pain and suffering behind me. It's time for me. It's time for me. Yeah, it's time for me. As a mother, as a wife, we always tend to put other people first. But why? Why do we do this? It's not their life. It is our life. So here is why this is so important. If you don't learn what is stopping you from getting stuck in this place, you will never be able to know what action to take to move forward. And you don't want to come to a point that, you can't turn things around. You will become more overwhelmed, more tired, end up working harder than is necessary instead of enjoying your life. It will be like never-ending vicious cycle. And if you don't learn to overcome these obstacles, you won't be able to create the mental and emotional state and life that you really want and you really deserve. So we've been talking about limiting beliefs. Somebody asked me the other day, was I the limiting beliefs? Thank you for that. So here we go. I decided to explain to you a bit more in details. Limiting beliefs is an acceptance that something about yourself, others, or the world is true. I want you to think about it, yeah? What is a belief? Why do we believe them? I think this is a very interesting concept, yeah? Belief is something that we keep saying to ourselves over and over again. Does that mean it's true? Nah. What happens is, like we mentioned earlier, when we are, young, we make a decision about ourselves. Like, for instance, I'm not smart enough because somebody says something to us, or, somebody laughed at us. So we said, oh, I'm not smart enough. This creates a snowball effect. And we start looking for evidence. And the more the evidence we find, our snowballs become so big that we don't even question it anymore because we got so much proof. All this programming is in our background. All this programming is now programming, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and we don't question. That's what the beliefs are. And limiting beliefs are the false beliefs. They're making us, preventing us from making different choices in life, keeping us stuck in the recurring life cycles, stopping us pursuing our goals and desires, stopping us, doing important things, applying for a dream job, and they also create massive emotional triggers. So if something is triggering you, you know that there's highly likely there's a limiting belief behind it. So while I'm going through those, please pay attention to all of those. So where did this limiting comes from? Everywhere. Family members, teachers, coaches, media, society, culture. Does not mean that they are true. And those beliefs turn into self-fulfilling prophecies because of our snowball effect. So I'm going to give you a little example. Let me tell you a little story. Do you know how they train the baby elephants? This is so cruel. In circus, so what they do is they tie a baby elephant to a fence post. As the baby elephant tugs and pulls, it fails to break the fence or break the rope. Eventually it gives up, making peace with its fate. Baby elephant is stuck. It believes it is stuck. It believes the rope is stronger, and its subconscious mind now believes that it's not capable of going further, and become a prisoner to that belief, and it stops trying. So elephant grows stronger, more giant, by day, until eventually it is a full-size, strong, powerful animal. Yet it does not know that one pull or one push, it could break free. And instead, it stays within its limitation of the mind. And it's the same way the elephant learns. Its limitation, it grows up. So we too have those limiting beliefs that keep us from expressing ourselves fully, going after our dreams, achieving our full potential. You are bigger than your fears, bigger than your limiting beliefs. You just need a little push. And start thinking, what limiting beliefs do you have that keeping you stuck? How are they impacting your life? And when are you going to push and really believe in yourself? When is the right time for you? So I want to tell you more about the EFT. I use many, many modalities, but the one that I use the most, probably EFT. So this workshop is more about EFT because it's so powerful. It's also called Modern Miracle, 1 minute wonder, tapping. So the origin goes back to 1980s, and it works with the body's meridian system. So I'm going to tell you a little about Dr. Callan, who found the TFT, thought field therapy, and his student Gary Craig, who found the emotional freedom technique. So what happened is Dr. Callahan had been working for over 2 years with a patient, and this patient had such a overwhelming fear of water. She could not even get into a bath without causing an anxiety attack. Dr. Callan tried many anxiety reduction techniques with her, and her process, being extremely slow and discouraging. One day, Dr. Callan was kind of studying this meridian system. He was quite fascinated, and this specific client, told him that her fearful feelings was located in her stomach. And there's an acupuncture point located directly underneath the eye. And Dr. Callan just asked her to tap on that point. And something miracle happened. She said that her fear of water was suddenly gone. I mean, Dr. Callan didn't take this, very seriously first because it seemed so unlikely. But what she did is she got up and started running to the swimming pool in his garden and starting, splashing water to her face, saying, "It's gone, it's gone." Her phobia disappeared within a couple of seconds. And he started looking into this. As I mentioned, Gary Craig developed this EFT. So today I want to share this amazing secret with you. For me, this should be taught in schools. Everybody should use this. Everybody, because your life will be completely utterly different. I think some of you already done EFT training with me, so you know how amazing this stuff is. You can also become a certified and accredited practitioner with EFT International. So my next training is taking place online on 3rd of October. And I will highly recommend all of you to join if you can, if you're available. And there is about 120 trainers in the world, and I'm one of them. And quite a lot of my students actually become accredited and certified EFT practitioner within 3 months. So it's amazing. And there's a link here for you as well if you want to look into that. Let me just copy and paste it for you in case you might want to join me for the training. Just going to try and put in the chat. Let me see if I can manage it. All right, here you go. So next one is 3rd of October. So what we're going to do is now we're going to be doing some hot seat work, some EFT tapping. But before we do that, I know that some of you haven't tried it before. So let me tell you, let me see, okay. Let me tell you a little about EFT. Just how we do the setup statements, how we do the points. I'm not going to go into so much details. So I want you to think about what you're going to be working on. I mean, we've been going through various, limiting beliefs, various blockages with you, last hour. So start thinking what you want to work on. And what I want you to do is, I want you to start measuring it, because measuring is another important thing. I want you to think about on a scale from 0 to 10, how intensive it is, your emotions and feelings when you think about that event. And once we do this, I'm going to teach you this setup phrase. This is very, very important phrase. So what we do is we start with, even though I have this, whatever you have, I have this limiting belief, or have this fear, I have this trauma. This is the negative part. We go to the second part, even though the second part is I deeply and completely love and accept myself. This is the kind of a default version of the EFT, but I know that it's very hard for most people to say that. So I'm not expecting you to say that. So instead, what you can say is, I'll put a little example here. Even though I have this fear of public speaking, I acknowledge how I feel, or I am okay. So you don't need to say I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So these are the kind of things we're going to be using. Let me just go to the next slide. I hope this is all clear. And we're going to be doing measuring, because measuring is very important. Otherwise, how would you know if you're changing anything? So we're going to be doing lots of measuring as well. That's why I ask you to choose something that you want to work on and measure it. Ask yourself on a scale of 0 to 10, right? 0 means no intensity, and 10 is the highest level of discomfort, pain and sadness. How would you rate what you are experiencing right now? And I also put a couple of EFT tapping points for you here. But I'm not going to use all of them. I'm going to use some of them. But when I'm doing my training, I go into more details. I teach you the sort of full version of the EFT tappings, the shortcut version of it, and different techniques and tools. The EFT is not that simple, like just going and tapping the all sort of different places, because I see so many people doing this, but they're not getting the right results that they want to get. You've probably seen that. There's so many YouTube videos out there. Well, why aren't they effective? It's they believe again, and they don't know what they're doing. So if you really want to know how to do this correctly, come and join my training. I will be teaching you exactly how to do it. So I put a little slide today in case any of you wondering. So there's a bit of detail. My next EFT level 1 is 3rd of October. Level 2 is the 9 and 10 of October. And if you do both of them, there's a bit of a discount for you for £150, which is really, really good deal when something is changing your life. And the timing is 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. UK time. Level 1 training is only 1 day. Level 2 training is 2 days. And it's life-changing. I can easily say that to you. So here, I love this. I don't know if you've seen this before. You're playing small doesn't serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so others won't feel insecure around you. As you let your own light shine, you indirectly give others permission to do the same. Isn't that just beautiful? I think it's so profound. So while you are getting ready, preparing for the hot seat, also put it in the chat box if you want to be in the hot seat as well. I'm just going to go 3 ways to work with me. I'm just going to explain this to you quickly. So there are 3 ways. You can either do a one-on-one deep diving transformation program with you. That's a 12-week transformation program. We work on one-on-one basis, about 60 to 90 minutes, work on different issues, fears, traumas, everything that happened that's stopping you to release them, to create this good foundation, and making sure that, your thought process, your programming, everything is in order, and you know exactly how to take care of your emotions as well. So that's the one-on-one. And next one is I've got membership. You can also do a membership with the like-minded people. And next one is an online training. So I show you how to do this. Yeah. So I'm giving you all the options. You can either try to do it yourself, you can do it in a group, you can work with me on a one-on-one basis. Because I really want you to get the most out of this life and not just suffer. So let's have a look here. So I'm just gonna think, what should I do next? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna share this because we're gonna be going out to see it. So if you wanna find out exactly which program works for you, or if you wanna join my training or anything or membership, I set up this free breakthrough course just for you, so you can book a 60 minutes call with me to go through to understand where you are, what you want to achieve, and how I can help you to create this for you. So feel free to either email me or go to my website, masteryourfuture.co.uk/contact, and book those special call for yourself. This will be an amazing gift for yourself. So, this is completely up to you. I want you to take this empower action while you're in an empower state. It's very important to sort of let go of this limiting beliefs and no longer serving us. Let me have a look. And you might be kind of wondering why I'm offering this free call. I do these free calls because people find them life-changing also, and they find them priceless. And it's a great way to start seeing your subconscious blocks and fears. And I also know that you want to get rid of those limiting, beliefs and blind spots. So I will be helping you during that 60 minutes as well. And if you decided not to, that's fine with me as well. It's no problem. So let me just, I'm just going to stop sharing now. All right, so we're going to go into, all right. We're going to go into the hot seat now. So hopefully everybody is with me. Everyone's is doing good. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. So let me know who wants to be on the hot seat. Just put in the chat. You can put me as well. Eve says, yes, she wants to be on the hot seat. All right, nobody else wants to be on the hot seat. Oh, I'm surprised. Okay. All right, well done, Eve. I like go-getters. Oh, Roberta says me as well. Okay. You was a little slow, Roberta. All right, so what we're gonna do is, I want you to, I think most of you know, not most of you, most of you, some of you know how this works. I want you to think about it. Let me just actually, I'm going to do this process with Eve, and you're going to do this with yourself. Yeah, you're going to go through the exactly same process yourself. Some of you already know how this happens. You're going to find something that you want to work on, because we do have borrowing benefits with EFT. So I'm gonna, even though you're not working with me on a one-on-one basis, you're gonna still getting some borrowing benefits. So Eve, all right, I think I know what you want to work on. She has a fear of height, don't you, Eve?
I do.
Okay, thank you for being here. Hopefully the session earlier was helpful for you. So you understand what we are talking about, all the limiting beliefs and everything, how this stuff works. So what I want you to do is, so we all choose something that we want to work on. And what we're going to do is, I want you to sort of tell me the intensity of it. You can put in the chat as well. So what is your intensity when you think about a fear of heights?
Depends what it is, but probably a 7 or higher.
Okay. I put 7 for you here. I'm just going to put a fear of heights. Okay. Great. So does everybody have something to work on? Just put in the chat for me. You have something, so I know. If you don't have it, or just put your hand up so I know that you don't have something to work on. So I come back to you to make sure that you got something as well. Okay. Yes, you got something to work on. God, my eyes are going to be funny suddenly. Okay, good. So you might want to put the intensity of it in the chat as well. Try to keep something under 8. We don't want something really, really big. If you can, just put it under 8. All right, 8, Emma 5, okay. She 8. What else? Roberta, do you have your run? What's the intensity of your run? Just put everything in there for me. Monica. Okay. Michelle, are you still there? I know that I want you to do this exercise as well. That's quite important. All right. So do you have something to work on? Yeah. And do you want to put its rating there, the intensity rating? So we know, because we're going to be checking it at the end. That's very important with EFT. All right, so what we're going to do is now, because I'm going to be working with Eve, you're going to take your own stuff and you're going to imagine there's a little box next to you. You're going to put in a box. Yeah, you don't even need to look at it. You can just pay attention to it, and you can just repeat what I do with Eve. Yeah. So just repeat after us, whichever the points I'm using, use it. You can use the exactly same wording as well that I'm using. So let's have a look at this height phobia. All right, so tell me, when do you feel this phobia normally?
Crossing bridges, whether it's driving or walking.
Okay.
Anything high. I guess going up a ladder, which doesn't happen very often at all.
Okay.
Balconies, a high balcony.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Balconies. If I was to go on a high diving board, even though when I was younger I did, I probably would be afraid now, but still do it. chairlifts. Even though I ski, I still go on the chairlift, but I accept, I guess, certain things I have done, I accept. And I have tried to get over my fear by zip lining or tree climbing.
Yeah.
And I guess after a while, I get used to whatever I'm doing and I'm okay, but the fear comes back next time I try something.
Yeah. That's what happens because it's in the programming. Let's see what we can do today. Yeah. So I want you to think about it. You're like on a bridge or something. You're either walking and driving or on a balcony or something. Just think about it. And I want you to kind of feel it in your body. Take yourself to that place and tell me what's happening in your body. Just describe it to me.
It's tightening.
Tightening. Where about is it?
Chest, solar plexus.
Okay. What else is happening?
Sort of like I'm freezing.
Oh, interesting.
Like freezing in the sense, not moving, not want to move forward,
Going
and
to your freeze response.
yeah, so not want to take the next step, and just, I guess, fear, just general fear, where it's like, no, I can't, no, I'm not going to, no, and freeze up because of that fear.
Okay. Now I want you to think about yourself on the top of the Eiffel Tower, right on the edge.
I have been up to the Eiffel Tower, actually.
Look down. What sort of emotions are coming to you?
Chills.
Okay.
Again, the pit of my stomach, that this is scary. Don't want to look down, but I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember when I was at the Eiffel Tower.
No, don't think about it. Just imagine yourself there. Close your eyes if you want to. Just look down and see what's happening in your body. I want you to connect with your body because sometimes we get disconnected. So connect with your body and see what's happening with yourself.
It's chills, freeze up, no movement.
Is it all body?
Mostly upper
body. Okay.
Like chest, solar plexus.
Any fear?
Yeah.
What sort of fear?
Fear that I'm at the edge, and if I lose my balance or if someone knocks into me, I could fall over.
If you lose your balance, you will fall over, yeah?
Or if someone bumps into me, and I'm not, fully grounded, then I could be knocked over.
And what's the worst thing can happen to you if you fall over?
I'd die.
Okay. Now stay with those feelings, and I want you to go and do a bit of a time traveling. When was the first time you felt those feelings? Just let your subconscious take you there.
I think when I was younger, I climbed out of my crib and fell.
How old were you?
Probably around 2, maybe 3.
And what's happening there? It's explained to me from that young, toddlers point of view.
I fell, landed on my ass, and was a little bit shocked.
Okay.
And then maybe I started to cry.
The
Even though I
emotion.
wasn't, even though I wasn't hurt, it was the fear of the unknown, of falling out of a crib. But I didn't fall out. I tried to get out. So I guess because I didn't know how to get out, I fell out and landed on my butt.
So when you think about this, the shock that you felt at that time, what's the intensity of that?
As a toddler, 5.
As of now,
As an adult,
when you look at it?
kind of none, because I was little, and the perception, you're small, and that falling out of a crib now, if it's like nothing. It's but at the time it felt like it was a big fall, even though it wasn't.
So I want you to go to the next event that happened after this, had a big impact on you and brought all these similar emotions to you.
Being on a Ferris wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, I don't know how old I was, 6, 7, maybe 8.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an indoor Ferris wheel, actually, so it wasn't that big. And I went on it. I went on it with my dad, and it just scared me. It also scared me because my dad was a big guy,
Mm-hmm.
a heavy guy, and I just had many thoughts that it's the Ferris wheel is going to break, it's going to tip over, and it probably went really slow, but I was scared enough that they stopped the ride to get me off. And I've never been on a Ferris wheel since, and I never will. I hate those things. Okay. I look at them and I get scared.
Isn't it funny that, like, you had a little experience when you're 2 years old, even though it feels like it has no power over you at the moment. Yeah, you said it's zero, nothing, but what happened in the crib still affecting you. You're not able to get onto these Ferris wheels anymore, and every time you go on a bridge and stuff, this is still affecting you. This is what I'm talking about, this subconscious programming, those stuff at the background, they're just creeping in. And it's not just about this kind of things. It could be anything, all these limiting beliefs, anything that's happening. So it is so important to look at this iceberg underneath the surface, because there's so many of them there. So, all right, that's brilliant. So what about the intensity of this Ferris wheel? What would you say it is when you look at that?
Oh, that's high.
Is it? Okay.
I would say probably a 10.
Wow.
Probably. Yeah.
10.
They freak every time I look at a Ferris wheel. All
right, we work on that one now first. So I'm going to ask you to create a short movie. What happened to you when you were, 7, 8 years old on this Ferris wheel? You're getting on there with your dad, and you're just screaming and shouting, you want to get off. Yeah. Create all that stuff, put on a little, like a movie. I want you to put on the wall. I don't want you to be nearby. I want you to just put it on the wall. Just look at it on the wall. Yeah, you can see it on the wall. And I want you to give a name to that movie. What would you like to call it?
Fear. Fear of the Ferris wheel.
Let's call it Fear. Let's keep it short and sweet. Yeah. All right. So where do you feel it in your body when you look at it?
Stomach, solar plexus.
Okay.
And my head, I guess. It's in my head.
Okay. Any emotions coming up? Any chills?
Tightness.
Tightness, same thing. Okay.
and just fear that it's going to break, it's going to fall.
I wonder if your crib did break at the time.
I don't know. I can't even ask because my parents aren't alive anymore.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even know who to ask. But I sort of remember my mom said that when I started climbing out of my crib, she realized it was time to get a bed, a big girl's bed.
Okay. All right. So are we all ready? We all got something to work on? Yeah. You doing okay? Do you want like a little break or something? Or are you okay? You all good? Yeah. All right. Excited? You all got something to work on. Yeah. I want to make sure because I want to help you. You know, you're giving up 2 hours of your time on Sunday. I want to make sure you get something out of this as well. So be ready. So your feet are all on the ground. You feel connected and all grounded and all good. All right, good. So what we're going to do is you're just going to repeat after me. I'm just going to use the hand point for the people who haven't done EFT before. So we're going to use the side of the hand here to tap on here. And I'm going to use some of the points, not all of them. I'm going to use the top of the head. I'm going to use the chest point. I might use the underneath the eye because it's the stomach problem because you got in your stomach. But we see. This is how we do it. This is how we release the emotional blockage from the body. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. So as I mentioned, we're going to use the setup statement because that's for psychological reversals. So we're going to say, even though I have this fear movie, because we created the movie, even though I have this fear movie, let's say I acknowledge how I feel. Yeah, because I don't want to kind of put even a difficult situation. Now saying I deeply and completely don't want to accept myself, even though that's the default version. All right, Eve, just repeat after me. All of you can do this as well.
So I should tap?
Yeah, we're just going to tap on the side of the hand, even though. Oh, Michelle, we're just kind of doing hand point first. Because with the setup statements, we do the hand points first. Yeah, because this is a kind of getting rid of the self-sabotaging patterns. This is very important. I will go into more details during the training as well. So even though I have this fear movie.
Even though I have this fear of movie.
Movie, yeah, because we got the movie. I'm okay.
I'm okay.
All right. Even though I have this fear movie.
I have this fear of movie.
I acknowledge how I feel.
I acknowledge how I feel.
Yeah. Even though I have this fear movie.
I have this fear of movie.
And I was 7 years old. Mm-hmm. I'm open to healing.
I'm open to healing.
All right. I'm going to say certain things to you. And if your mind disagree, let me know. And also, other memories might come to you. If that happens, also let me know. Is that okay? Yeah? All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go into the chest area now. Just look at your movie. And I want you to tell me what you're seeing in that movie. What's making it so bad? Describe it to me.
I'm partially afraid because my dad's a heavy guy and I'm thinking it could break and it's uneven. We're uneven.
Okay. Feel the emotion. I want you to connect with the emotion in your body, wherever it is. Tell me how you're feeling.
Right now or then?
When you look at the movie now.
Kind of silly that I was afraid because it probably wasn't a big Ferris wheel. And like I said, it was indoors in a mall. So I could only imagine how big and scary it really was. But to me, it was at the time.
Yeah. Don't try to rationalize it. That's completely fine. Just look at it and feel the emotion and tell me what's the emotions coming up when you look at it. Chills. You still got the chills?
No.
Good. We got rid of the chills. That's good. Just look at it. What about this tightening feeling?
Minor.
Minor. What is left then?
Nothing. Empty.
Oh, okay. What's the intensity of it now?
What's what? Sorry.
Intensity. When you look at it, when you look at the movie, what's the intensity of the fear movie?
No intensity. It's just there.
It was 10 out of 10 a couple of minutes ago.
Mhm. It's a small Ferris wheel.
That was very easy, wasn't it? Isn't that amazing? All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to actually bring that close to you. Bring it really close to you. All right. Bring it very
Ferris
close
wheel?
to you. Yeah, bring the movie to you. Bring the movie really close to you. Very, very close to you. And just keep on tapping. And I want you to feel your dad is very heavy. It might fall down. It might break. Just feel what if anything else is coming up.
Fear of falling, fear of it breaking.
Okay. Yeah. I want you to feel it in your body, how it feels, where it feels. I want you to concentrate on that. Yeah.
Stomach, solar plexus.
Okay. Concentrate on that, how it feels. I want you to just kind of observe it. Yeah. Just observe those feelings. Carry on tapping. It's fine. Now I want you to go underneath your eyes. Here. All right. Concentrate on your stomach, just like Dr. Callan's, patient, Mary. Just kind of carry on tapping. Just like this, straight, not like this, yeah, straight. Just like acupuncture, just the kind of, all right, just say, I feel it in my stomach.
I feel it in my stomach.
I am afraid.
I'm afraid.
I might fall down.
I might fall down.
Fear of the unknown is scary.
Fear of the unknown is scary.
What will happen if I fall down?
What will happen if I fall down?
I might die.
I might die.
I don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
What else is coming out?
Nothing.
Okay.
Strangely enough, a positive power.
Good. Go to your chest. Just go to your chest area. That's right. That's good. Anything in your solar plexus, has it gone?
No.
Is it gone?
Yeah.
All right. Close your eyes now. What I want you to do is I want you to go. You don't need to tap anymore. Just stop for a second. Close your eyes. I want you to go and see your younger self in there. And I want you to go and feel her emotions, how she's feeling. And what are you going to say to her to make her feel better? What does she needs to hear? Now that you understand as an adult that it wasn't scary, but she doesn't understand that as a child. So what do you need to tell her to make her feel good, not be afraid of those Ferris wheels?
That she's safe and she should give it a try.
Okay, tell her that. Is she taking that on board?
She's reluctant. She's unsure.
Okay. What are you going to do? How are we going to get her on board?
Hold her hand.
Okay. What else? What else does she need?
A hug.
Okay. Do that. How are we going to make her feel safe on this Ferris wheels, on bridges, on balconies? How are we going to make her feel safe?
Holding her hand and going with her.
Okay, good. And I want you to open up your heart, and I want you to send this unconditional love from your heart to her heart. And I also want you to send in knowledge to her, what you know now, and say it's okay. She doesn't need to be so afraid, and she's safe.
Did I say it out loud or inside?
You can say inside, just make sure that she understands. She's on board, to get her on board, to let go of her fears.
She's stubborn. She's not listening.
Okay. You know exactly what you need to do to get her to listen. Just open up your heart. It's the energetic exchange. Just send her lots of love from your heart to her heart, from your mind to her mind. How is that feeling?
She's slowly trusting me
Okay.
and believing that she's okay and that she's safe.
Mm-hmm. Anything else that she needs to let go?
She squeezed my hand. She wants me there.
Good. Just carry on sending the information to her. Let her know that there's nothing to be afraid of and it's okay to let go. It's not going to fall. It's not going to break. She's not going to have a shock.
She ran off to try.
Oh, she's going to try again. Wow, brave girl. I like her. All right. Say well done to her. Say well done. I'm proud of you. Now, what we're going to do is, I want you to look at, are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to have a look at that movie again. Bring it very close to you and see if there's anything else. Anything that's bothering you at all. Just check your body from top of your head, the bottom of your feet, anything else coming up. It was 10 out of 10, like 10 minutes ago. Yeah. Just see anything else at all. Anything in your solar plexus, any chills, anything.
No, she's excited to try and enjoy it.
So your body feels okay now. Yeah. All right. What I want you to do is now, I want you to run that movie in your mind eyes from beginning to end and the beginning a couple of times. You've done NLP, didn't you? You know. So run this couple of times. Oh, you haven't. Okay. So you run it a couple of times, beginning to end and the beginning in your mind eyes. Just look at it, anything that's triggering you, anything. Just make it black and white. Make it really, really small, really tiny. Make it black and white. Make it really small and tiny. When you've done that, I want you to pick that movie up and throw it to the sun. Throw it, let it go away. It's completely gone and you're free of that. Yeah. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine yourself either walking or going in your car on a bridge. Just feel yourself. You can close your eyes if you want to. And I want you to see how it feels.
The bridge is, I'm walking. It's scary.
Okay.
Tightness in my chest.
Okay.
Solar plex. Yeah, tightness in my chest.
Now I want you to go where that is coming from. Just go to the first time you felt this feeling. When did you feel this tightness in your chest first time? Was it on the crib?
Yes.
Okay. Now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to create that movie. All right. When you're on the crib, give a name. What would you like to call it?
I'm thinking of a word. I just can't get the word out. A challenge.
Ooh, that's interesting. Why did you call that challenge? Because you're trying to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. You like challenges, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the intensity of it when you look at it?
As if I fell out of the crib, or in a movie.
You created that movie. You created the movie. You put it out there. When you look at it, what's the intensity of it? Because you felt the chills when you're on the top of the bridge. It brought you to this movie. And what is the intensity of that?
Of the crib, right?
Yeah, when you're falling down, the whole thing from beginning to end. You're trying to climb up, you're falling down suddenly, you know, You created a couple of minutes movie for yourself. What's the intensity of that?
4 or 5.
5? Okay.
4 or 5. 4 or 5.
5. And is in the chest area? Or is there anything else coming up?
Stomach.
Stomach. Okay. What's happening in the stomach?
Butterflies.
Butterflies. Okay. What else? Tightness in the chest.
Yeah, tightness.
Mhm.
Shock.
Okay. All right. Let's do this one. It looks like your height fear is relating to a couple of different things, not just one thing, but we work on this one. Yeah. So let's have a look at, let's do this one. Even though I have this challenge movie,
Even though I have this challenge movie,
I'm willing to move on.
I'm willing to move on.
How is that feeling? Yes.
I'm still a little reluctant.
Okay. Why? Tell me why.
It's a scary bridge.
Oh, okay. This is such a scary bridge.
Yes, it's a bridge that I have been on, and it was one of those that moved and it was over water, but if you fell, there was like rocks and stuff.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. That's a scary bridge.
It's a scary bridge.
There are rocks there.
There are rocks there.
What will happen to me?
What will happen to me?
Just like my challenge movie.
Just like my challenge movie.
It will be shocking.
It will be shocking.
I might die.
I might die.
I have this tightness in my chest,
I have this tightness in my chest,
butterflies in my stomach.
butterflies in my stomach.
I might fall down from my crib.
I might fall down from my crib.
I might shock myself.
I might shock myself.
I might die.
I might die.
That was a very big fear.
That
Yeah,
was a very big fear,
but I like challenges.
but I like challenges.
I tried to climb up
I tried to climb up
the crib
the crib,
and I couldn't.
and I couldn't.
I fell down.
I fell down.
It's so scary.
It was so scary.
What's coming up? What is it you're seeing there?
That, for lack of a better way of saying it, my fears aren't real in the sense that it wasn't that scary. It wasn't so bad. I didn't die. I didn't hurt myself. And I overreacted.
Okay. What's the intensity now, that movie?
Low, 1, 2.
What's making it 1 and 2? Have a look.
Nothing happened. I was okay. I landed. I was fine.
Mhm. Well, what's the emotions, the feeling you're feeling?
Gave me a rush.
It's an exciting rush.
Yeah, because I guess that moment that I was in the air, I felt free, gave me a rush.
Ooh. Is that why you like challenges?
Probably.
Hmm.
I like challenges. I like to be challenged. It pushes me.
Yeah, it pushes me. Like somebody pushed me out of my crib. It's not that scary after all. Just repeat after me. It's not that scary after all.
It's not that scary after all.
And it's okay to let go of this fear.
And it's okay to let go of this fear.
I like challenges.
I like challenges.
It was a small challenge for me.
It was a small challenge for me.
It was shocking.
It was shocking,
Well, I'm okay.
but I'm okay.
All right. Take a deep breath. Just feel letting go. All of you, just let go. All right. So check yourself. Have a look. How does it feel? Think about it. Your challenge movie. What's the intensity of that? How does it feel?
I feel okay.
Yeah.
I made it. I survived. I didn't die. I didn't hurt myself.
What's the intensity?
Of the crib.
Yeah, the challenge movie, yeah.
3.
3. Tell me, where do you feel it in your body and what's the feeling?
Chest, my heart's pumping
Why? Tell me.
because I'm still thinking of the bridge.
So you left the crib and just going to the bridge.
It was a scary bridge. It took me a while to get across it.
But that's another one. Okay, let's do that one. It was such a scary bridge.
It was such a scary bridge. It was a suspension bridge. That's really what it was.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Go through every emotions that are happening to you.
My heart's pumping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking if I was to fall, how would I survive? What would be the best way to land? Even though it's water, there's rocks and so yeah, what would happen? I'm also thinking I have to be brave because I can do this. And it's just a bridge. And what are the chances it's going to break or I'm going to fall? Probably slim, because if that was the case, the bridge wouldn't be there and people wouldn't go on it all the time. So it's safe.
Concentrate on the emotions. That's what I want you to do is, where do you feel it in your stomach, your chest, pumping? Just see yourself going over that bridge and just feel it. Don't fight with the emotion. Just kind of feel it.
My chest. My chest.
Yeah, just I want you to just feel it and release it. Take a deep breath. Say it's okay. I release the fear.
I release the fear.
And bring in peace instead.
And bring in peace instead.
Yeah. I choose me.
I choose me.
I'm open to healing.
I'm open to healing.
I like water anyway.
I like water anyway.
So why am I afraid of this bridge?
So why am I afraid of this bridge?
What's coming to you when you say that?
Because the bridge moves.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
suspension bridge. So it's
like, okay, it moves.
Moves.
Everything that moves is so scary.
Everything that moves is so scary.
Like cars.
Like cars.
Cars moves.
Cars move.
So it's scary.
It's scary.
Like the Ferris wheel.
Like the Ferris wheel.
I might just fall down.
I might just fall down.
Fall down from the bridge.
Fall down from the bridge.
Fall down from my car.
Fall down from my car.
From my crib.
Or my crib.
I have so much fears.
I have so much fears.
And I don't want to live with them anymore.
I don't want to live with them anymore.
And I choose to relax and let them go.
I choose to relax and let them go.
It is safe for me to let them go.
It's safe for me to let them go.
Is that true?
Partially.
Yeah. What is not making it safe?
I have to try. In other words, I have to be on the bridge or somewhere high and do it and say it as I'm doing it so that I believe that I am safe.
But is it safe for you to let go of this fear? Or is there a secondary reason you're holding on to this fear?
If there is, I have no idea what it is, but it's, I can't seem to let go. No, I can't say that I am. I'm being honest. The fear is.
There is secondary gain
there.
then. What is that? It's keeping you safe in this place. Stop tapping, just look into that. Do you deserve to let it go?
Yes.
Okay. Are you
It's
happy to let it go?
relieved. Relieved.
What's that mean? What do you mean by that?
Relieved to let it go. Am I happy? Relieved. It's like pressure is off.
Good. So you can let it go. Is it safe to let it go?
I think so.
Okay. Let's go to the side of your hand. It might not be safe for me to let go of this fear.
Say that again.
It might not be safe for me to let go of this fear.
It might not be safe for me to let go of this fear,
But I'm willing to try it.
but I'm willing to try.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. I'm ready to let it go
I'm ready to let it go
and be free of this fear.
and be free of this fear.
It is a big bridge.
It's a big bridge.
Why me?
Why me?
So many people go over that bridge.
So many people go over that bridge.
What's coming up?
That I'm brave and that I can do it, and that bless you, the only way to get over my fear is to do it and prove that I can.
Mm-hmm. All right. How fearful do you feel when you think about it?
Four,
Where do you feel it?
solar plexus,
Okay. Concentrate on that. Describe it to me.
tightening.
Okay. I feel this tightening
I feel this tightening
in my solar plexus.
in my solar
It's
plexus.
scary.
It's scary.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Tell me the worst case scenario.
I die.
Okay. I die.
I die.
What happens if you die?
I'm at peace and I will be reincarnated.
So, are you scared?
No, I'm not scared of death, actually.
Mm-hmm. Are you scared of dying?
Uh, depends how.
Mm-hmm.
Natural causes, no. Accidents, yes.
Why?
Because I could get hurt.
Oh, you don't want to get hurt. Okay.
Don't want to get hurt.
Where is that coming from?
The hurt?
When did you get hurt? First time that you don't want to get hurt.
That's a whole other story. Life.
It's
being hurt in the past.
Physical pain, yeah, you're talking about.
No, emotional.
But you get hurt emotionally if you have an accident.
Well, no, that would be I'm trying to think. I feel emotions, not physical pain. So if I was in a car accident, I would, yes, be hurt and maybe not die. But it's more the emotions of how I feel.
How would you feel then? Tell me.
Scared.
You will feel scared when you just before the accident or afterwards, during?
During, before, and during.
So you're afraid of being scared.
During, it's so hard for me to say it depends, because I tend to be the type of person that in bad situations I take charge. So it depends if I'm alone, if I'm with someone. If I'm with someone, then I have to be brave and I have to protect them. If I'm alone, it's more the fear of, if I wasn't to die, be hurt, like I don't know, be pinned under the wheel, be I don't know, lose a limb.
So you got lots of fears.
I suppose.
Not just the fear of height, there's other fears being attached to it. So it's like a puzzle. You go through everywhere. It's just like always something coming up. All right, I have all these fears.
I have all these fears.
And I'm trying to live my life with these fears.
And I'm trying to live my life with these fears.
And I keep giving my power to these fears.
And I keep giving my power to these fears.
Why am I keep worrying about all sorts of things might never happen?
Why do I keep worrying about all sorts of things that will never happen?
Why? In case?
Why? So you're asking me why? Why? Conditioning, programming.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, that's conditioning, programming, false beliefs. They're false beliefs.
Yeah, because it can happen anytime, isn't it? When you think about it.
There are things that don't happen every day, that don't happen all the time. So there are fears that I shouldn't think of and just live my life.
Yeah. I mean, you can have an accident anytime, not just on the bridge. It can happen anywhere. Nobody is safe. You trust. You trust. When you trust, you let go, don't you?
Yes.
So I'm ready to trust and let go. Is it hard to say?
Yeah, that's why I'm also very stubborn. I'm very stubborn.
I'm willing to trust.
No, say it again the first time. I need to trust and let go. I have to.
No, it's not have to. I want to.
I want to trust and let go.
I'm willing to.
I'm willing to.
Trust and let go.
Trust and let go.
How is that feeling?
Difficult.
You've got more work to do in that area. Much more work, isn't it? I'm looking at the happy pillow. I'm loving that pillow, by the way. It's so beautiful, that pillow. Michelle's pillow is just so gorgeous. She's got the most beautiful smile. I love her smile. Okay, so let's go to the top of your head. Take a deep breath. All right. How does it feel now? Just have a look at your challenge movie. What's the intensity of that now?
2.
2. Okay, yeah, it's gone down. And how does it feel when you think yourself on the bridge?
Confident.
How confident?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, can be very confident, let's say.
It's high, about an 8.
Oh, that's pretty good. Well, what's making the challenge 2? What else is coming up there?
Still holding back. A little bit of lack of trust. And like I said, I'm the type of, I have to try, like, like the don't touch the stove, it's hot. I have to see for myself that the stove is hot in order to believe that it's hot.
But when you look at
that's trust. That's trust.
Yeah. When you look at your challenge movie, is there any emotions left? That's what I'm asking. Any emotions, you're falling down from the crib, any emotions at all attached to it? Put the trust on the side. I'm looking for the emotions. Is it scary? Is there a shock there? No? Is it completely gone, that?
There's a little bit of shock, but it's more, oh, I did it. Okay. I figured it out. That wasn't so bad.
Good. Any emotion, anything, the making it 2 or 1, what is it?
Well, if I eliminate the trust, no, there's none. It's more pride that I set out to get out of my crib, and I did.
So tell me about the trust and trusting yourself or somebody else. What is it?
More other people, but also myself. Like I said, whole other story, whole other thing, but yeah. Trust because I don't believe in myself sometimes, even though I have confidence and I know I can. I hold myself back because of limiting beliefs in my subconscious mind, programming, how I was raised. I always challenged myself. So anything I've done, it's because I've challenged myself, not because someone said do it or my parents or anything like that. So like I said, whole other story. But that's where the lack of trust comes from, is not being pushed as a child, not being told I can do it, not being told how good I am, or leaning into my abilities.
Okay. It is hard to trust.
It's hard to trust.
It's hard to let go,
It's hard to let go,
especially as a child.
especially as a child.
Nobody pushed me.
Nobody pushed me.
Would you say nobody trusted you? Nobody, what is the word? Is it, I think, is it something like
Believed in me.
believed in you? Yeah. Okay. Nobody believed in me.
Nobody believed in me.
I had to prove myself over and over again.
I had to prove myself over and over again.
That's why I like challenges.
That's why I like challenges.
I prove myself over and over again.
I prove myself over and over again.
I believe in myself.
I believe in myself.
Who cares if others don't believe in me?
Who cares if others don't believe in me?
I believe in myself.
I believe in myself.
I deserve this.
I deserve this.
Is that true?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Good. Now I'm ready to be the best version of myself.
I'm ready to be the best version of myself.
I'm getting there.
I'm getting there.
I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of myself.
And I'm going to let go of this bridge movie,
I'm going to let go of this bridge movie,
the fear movie,
the fear movie,
and challenge movie.
and challenge movie.
And I'm going to start believing in myself.
And I'm going to start believing in myself.
And trusting myself.
And trusting myself.
And trusting what?
And trusting the universe.
Okay. Go to the top of your head. Take a deep breath. Just let go now. How does it feel?
Hard, but free.
Hard?
Free. Hard to let go because I'm very stubborn, and probably if I wasn't around people, I'd cry.
You can cry. It's a safe place.
I could, but I won't. My stubbornness, once again, stubbornness, showing emotions, things like that.
But why?
But I guess because as a child, same thing, don't cry. We're told not to cry, why are you crying?
Child
Like,
anymore. You can't
get
cry.
over it, Sorry, say that again.
Not a child anymore. You're letting go of the old programming.
I'm trying to. So it does feel freeing. It feels that, yeah, I'm only stopping myself.
Now, what I want you to do is I want you to do the same thing with the challenge movie. Run it in your mind's eyes a couple of times, backwards and forwards. Make it black and white. Now I want you to put like even a little Mickey Mouse music to it. Everything is like a Mickey Mouse. Yeah, just look at that movie. Now I want you to make that really small and tiny and just send it away. Send it to sun. And it just bursts into flames. Yeah? And you are free of that limitation. That programming doesn't have to run with you anymore. Now, think about yourself on a bridge. How does it feel? Just see yourself in a car going over the bridge.
My heart's pounding, but in a good way, because I know I can do it.
Mm-hmm. And your fear coming up? You're going to fall down. Something's bad going to happen.
No.
Let's do a little bit more tapping. I want to tap on this heart pounding. My heart is pounding.
My heart is pounding.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
And I'm safe.
And I'm safe.
I give myself a permission to be safe.
I give myself permission to be safe.
I give myself a permission to let go.
I give myself permission to let go.
And trust.
And trust.
I deserve this.
I deserve this.
The bridges don't have power over me.
Bridges don't have power over me.
I'm more powerful than any bridge.
I'm more powerful than any bridge.
Or balcony.
Or balcony. Or Ferris wheel.
Yeah, they're small.
Sorry? They're small.
Remember the elephant. Remember the elephant. You are bigger now. You're not young anymore. Yeah? Those are small things. This Ferris wheel wasn't as big as what you made that. It's small. All right, good. Top of your head. Take a deep breath. Let's let go. Now, you might feel tired. It's normal. You might want to lie down for a while, because when we let go of baggages, we let go of the baggages, big baggages. Emma's the only she let go as well. We feel tired. That's a good sign. So if any of you feeling tired, that's a good sign you release. Do you want to put your new ones now, how you feel? How did it work for you? Or if you have any questions, put in the chat for me. What do you think? What was it before? What is it now? You can put in the chat for me to have a look. Any questions or anything, you can just put it. And you see how quickly this stuff works as well. This was like, one of them was 10 out of 10. It's gone down in like 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. And we work on big issues, actually. These are big stuff, It wasn't small things. People might think it's only like fear of height. There were more stuff behind it. All this trust, these are big things. I think, yeah, I feel that there are probably other stuff as well. Will be done the big part of it. So that's good. Oh, much uncover other issues. Okay, 7. All right, don't worry. You will still learn so much when you do the EFT training. They're all going to be gone. Don't worry. This is just a little test. 0, 1 out of 10. Yoshi, that's very good. Yoshi's gone down as well. Well done. That's really great. How did you get on, Roberta? That's really, really good. Amazing. So proud of you all. How was your one, Emma? Did you manage to do your one? That's really, really good. Any questions, anything? I know it's coming up to 2 hours now. That's good. 2. Well done. You see, EFT is such an amazing thing. That's what I'm saying. This should be everywhere. Everybody should use this. I mean, you can't do these things, with other tools, even with NLP and stuff. And so fast and so effective. It's amazing. And if you want to take my offer, that's 60 minutes as well, free complimentary session to book a discovery call with me, please do so. Should learn in school. Yeah, definitely. I believe that we should learn in the school. This is very important. I think this is the future. Really, I do believe that this is a feature, and more people using it now because it's so powerful, so quick, and it's amazing. I really love it. That's why I become the EFT trainer. Struggle with the kids in the house. Okay, listening to your skills, always so amazing. Oh, thank you, Roberta. Yeah. I mean, the technique is amazing as well. It's just beautiful technique and fast and effective. You look very good, Eve. How are you feeling? You okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like trying to think of the right word. I wouldn't say a burden, but that
Weight being lifted off your shoulders.
Something's been lifted off, and that I have more freedom and I'm not stuck.
Good. This is what we want.
Thanks. I don't know if I'm Muku. I how do you pronounce your name?
Who? It's actually Monica.
Monica?
Monica.
Monica.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I know she did really well. She's been very brave. Thank you so much for joining as well. It's been lovely seeing it all, you know, going through that journey. Let me know how we get on, Eve. I can't wait for you to get on that big, you know, bridge.
I
Don't
crossed one.
forget.
I did cross one the other day, but I was fine because like it's a local bridge and I've been on it many times. So, but I noticed the other day that I did feel better crossing it.
Good. You should feel much better now from going forward because you're taking your power back now. All these little things that we give it to, we don't need to, just like the elephant. We don't need to give our power to anything. This is our life. Yeah, I want to remember this. This is our life. Be free to do whatever we want to do. We don't need to live with this fears. We don't need to live with these traumas or anything like this. Whatever is holding you, if you're making a list, start working on those, you know. All right, I'm gonna let you go now. Thank you so much. You're more than welcome.
Thank you, Eda.
Thanks, Eda.
Yeah, keep in touch. Yeah? I will see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
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 Bye.